In this video, we will see some typical cases of normal distribution. Like you can see one question in front of you. A test was given to 900 students and the average marks they scored were 50 and their standard deviation was 20. Now we have to calculate first point, students scoring marks between 30 and 70. So now as we can see that this is x1 and this is x2. So in the first case x1 is 30, mean is given in the question, that is 50, and standard deviation is also given in the question, that is 20. And then in the second point again we will have x2 will be 70. Now we have to calculate the students who scored marks between 30 and 70. So first of all we will apply the formula of zx minus x mean upon standard deviation. We are calculating z1 as there are two values of x1 and x2. So first x is 30 minus mean is 50, standard deviation is 20. So our first answer will be minus 1. Now calculating the second z. Now second x is given 70. So it will be 70 minus 50 upon 20. So this comes out to be positive 1. Now we have to calculate the students who scored marks between these two. It means between these two. So as I told you, first of all you will have to make one normal distribution curve in rough. So if this is the central point, minus 1 will be coming on the left hand side. This is the negative region and positive 1 will be coming on the right hand side. So if we draw these lines, between area means this area has to be calculated. It means we will see from the table the value of this and the value of this, then we will add these values. So we have to locate the value of minus 1 and 1. As I told you in the previous video also, that in the table there is nothing like negative and positive. Only we need this negative positive to just plot this on the normal distribution curve. So now we will see the value of minus 1 and the value of 1 from the table. So now this is the normal distribution table. So we have to see the value of 1. So from the left hand side we will see 1.0. So where we will locate it? Under 0. So you all can see the value of 1.0 under 0 is 3413. So this value we will be putting now in our question, 0.3413. So the value of this will also be 0.3413 and this is also 1. So 0.3413. The same value will be there for the both. So now if we have to just write down the area from 0 to z1 is equals to 0.3413 and 0 to z2. So it was again 0.3413. So we can write here that the area between 30 and 70 marks will be 0.3413 plus 0.3413. So this will be 6826. So now in the last we have to calculate the number of students. So we will write this line, students scoring between 30 and 70 marks is equals to. Now we are calculating the students. As I told you, in any question if capital N is given to you, so in the answer you have to multiply your answer with capital N, then only you will be able to calculate the number. So now we will calculate this. Multiply your answer with 900. So this comes out to be 614 students. So this is how a simple question is solved. Coming to the second point of this question. Now here it is asked that number of students who exceeded the score of 65. So here x has been given 65. The value of mean given in the question is 50 and standard deviation is 20. So now calculating z, we will apply the same formula, x minus x mean upon standard deviation. So it will be 15 divided by 20, that is 0.75. Now we have to plot this value after calculating from the formula. You have to plot this 0.75 will be of course on the positive side. So here Now our question is number of students exceeding the score. Exceeding means you have to calculate this value. The table is going to show you value from 0 to z, but we do not require this value. We require this value, as we require number of students exceeding the score of 65. This is the score of 65. We require the students who scored more than that. So what we will have to do is we will have to see this value 0.75 from the table, and that will be deducted from 0.5. Why it will be deducted from 0.5? As I initially told you in the properties video, that the total area under a normal distribution curve is 1, and it is divided in two equal parts, 0.5, 0.5. If table is going to give us the value of this portion, but we do not require the value of this portion, we require the value of this portion. So full minus this will be the value of this. Now let's see the value from the table, Z table. 0.7 will be seen under 5. So now you can see 0.7. This is 0.7, and under 5 we will see this. It is 0.2734. 0.7 under 5 is 0.2734. So you will write area from 0 to Z. The value was 0.2734. So this is the area from 0 to Z, but we require area exceeding Z. So area exceeding Z, that is 0.75. It will be equal to 0.5 minus 2734. As we have seen that the table is going to show you this value till 0.75, but we require the value exceeding that. So we are going to deduct full minus 0.75 stable value. So when you deduct this 0.5 minus 0.2734, it comes out to be 0.2266. So this is the answer. This is the area exceeding 0.2266. As I told you earlier also, if in the question number is given, you have to multiply your answer with n. As here also number has been asked. So then you will be writing this full line. Number of students exceeding the score of 65 is equals to 0.2266 into 900. So that is going to give you the students who have exceeded the 65 number. So this comes out to be 203.9. So we can take it as 204 students. Now coming to the third part of the question. Now the third point is an advanced point where value of score has been asked exceeded by top 90 students. So what is the score of the top 90 students that has been exceeded by these students? So if you observe first and second point, you will see that marks were given, score was given, and number of students were asked. But in this point, students have been given and score has been asked. And the number of students have been given. As our mean value is marks only, standard deviation is also related to marks. So in the earlier 2 points, marks were given. That was X. So X denotes the marks. But you were asked to calculate the number of students. But here in this point, number of students have been given and their score has been asked. It means this question is fully opposite to what we have already done in the first 2 points. So we have to go in the opposite direction from last till the first X. So here we have to calculate X. X is not there in the question. So what was our last step in the previous point? We have multiplied our answer with 900. So here what we are going to do, we are going to divide our 90 students with 900 to find out the proportion of the students. So we will find the probability of getting top 90 students. So out of 900, what is the probability of getting 90 top students? So that will be 90 divided by 900. It will come out to be 0.1. So this is the probability. Why we have done this? If you remember in the previous point, the last step was multiplying the answer with 900. Now we are going in the opposite direction. So we have divided this 90 with 900 to find out what is the probability that we will get this top 90 students. So now what we have to do is if we talk about the top 90 students, where they will locate? Of course, they will be somewhere here. So this 0.1 is the value of this. But if we are going in the opposite direction, if we will look at the table, we will require this. If this is 0.1, of course, this is going to be 0.4. As we know, the area on one side, on either side of the normal distribution curve is 0.5, and this is our table value. Because earlier what we were going to do, we used to see the table value, then we used to show our answer. It means this is our table value. So this is the table value of this portion. But if we have to see the table value of this portion, this is 0.4. Now let us see how we are going to see this value in the table. Of course, we will have to see the table also in the opposite direction. Earlier what we were doing, we were looking at the left side and the above side to locate the value. Now we will find out the value in the middle of the table. Let's see how we will see the table value. So now see, this is the table. We have to see 0.4. Now one thing you have to remember, that now we will not see from this side. Now we will see in the middle, because we are moving in the opposite direction. Earlier Z was given, now Z is not given. Probability is being given. So where is our point? 0.4. So we have to see from here, where is 0.4. So from where 0.4 is starting, you can see here. So if we look at this point, see, this is the point, 0.4015. If you look carefully, this is the value 0.4015. So here 0.4 is starting. The earlier value is 0.3997. So which is closer to 0.4? Of course, this 0.3997 is closer. So from where it has come? It has come from, we will see which value is showing this value. 1.2 under 8. We are locating this 0.3997. This value, where which 2 points are showing this value? See on the left hand side 1.2, see above 8. So 1.28 is our Z. So now we will write that area, or you can say standard normal variate to the right of 0.1 is equals to, now we have seen this is our Z. Z's value has come 1.28. We have seen that 0.4 was located from 1.2 and under 8. So now this is our Z. Now we will apply the formula of Z is equals to x minus x mean upon standard deviation. So we will put the values. Now Z is this. 1.28 is our Z, is equals to x we have to find out. X mean was given in the question 50 and standard deviation was given 20. So from here you will be calculating the value of x. So first of all, 1.28 multiplied by 20. We are cross multiplying. So it will be 25.6 is equals to x minus 50. So from here, if we have to find out the value of x, that will be 75.6, or we can say 76. So this is how you have to solve the question whenever probability is being given, percentage is being given. So probability or percentage always means the table value. Whenever in any question you have been given any percentage or any probability, that will always be the table value. So the table value will be located from inside the table, and then we will see which values are showing the table value, and reverse question will be going.